I am joined right now by Michelle Caffrey. She's speaking to me on Zoom. Michelle, where do you live?
I live in Lake Geneva, Wisconsin.
All right, so tell me how an author in Wisconsin became interested in a book, a story about a dog that survived in Yellowstone.
It's pretty easy. Laura Gillice, one of the owners of Jade, is one of my best friends.
Well, there you go. So
I
tell me,
had I had written another book that she enjoyed, and several days after Jade was found, she contacted me and asked me if I'd want to tell their story.
wow. So give me a brief overview of that story for those people that aren't familiar with it.
Uh, Laura, David, her boyfriend, and their two Australian shepherds were riding in their car in Yellowstone National Park in July, and midday they had a head-on collision that was so bad that David had to be airlifted to Bozeman, and Laura went by ambulance, and the dogs were left in the car. They were both riding in a carrier, but Jade's carrier was an airline carrier, and when the Rangers went in to get the dog out, carrier broke, and Jade ran away.
Hmm.
So she was in Yellowstone. Her owners didn't even know she'd been lost until about 11 o'clock that night when the Rangers called and admitted Jade was gone. So the rest, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say he was gone, but he was eventually found. It wasn't gone forever.
Right. Jade was lost for 44 days in Yellowstone. And the record is about 2 weeks for a domesticated dog to be able to survive in the wild. So her story was just miraculous that she survived. So it is a happy ending. The reason Jade was found was due to dedicated efforts of the Yellowstone employees and visitors who all joined in, hundreds of volunteers, to try to find a stranger's dog. So the book details all these steps and the efforts they went to in order to find Jade. And it still gives me goosebumps because so many people cared.
Well, and you wonder after a week or two, generally people might give up hope that their dog is gone, especially if you're traveling and not from the area. But after 44 days, I can imagine the phone call they got that Jade was alive.
They would get phone calls periodically, and that's what encouraged the Yellowstone workers to keep going because they knew Jade was alive. The problem was she wouldn't come to anyone, and they set out live traps. They had all kinds of elaborate things using David's dirty clothing to get his scent, anything to find Jade, and they just couldn't get her. And so the owners came back, well, the family came back 4 different times, and it's a 10-hour each way trip from Denver where they lived.
All right. So you wrote the book, and now this is a children's book that's coming out.
Right.
With pictures and everything.
Pictures and everything. It's beautifully illustrated by Steph Lehman, and it's just gorgeous. So we're very excited. I wrote this to fill in the other half of the story because the first book is strictly factual. It's a nonfiction narrative book. This is Jade's story based on research and what we know Jade did while she was in the wild.
Give me a little bit about your background, Michelle. How long have you been writing books?
I've been writing books since the early 90s, and lots of short stories first and eventually books. And I just enjoy writing. I always have, and I love animals. I'm a boardwalk naturalist with the Audubon Society, so I study life. I love wild life in Yellowstone in particular. It's a great place to study what this country could look like if it was totally natural.
Yeah. Now, how's Jade doing today?
She is great. She is healthy and happy, and she, David, Laura, and Laila, her best dog buddy, all live together in Pine, Colorado. And so she's just fabulous. She's very close to David. And she's at his side whenever he's around, and loves it when he comes home and gives her a belly rub.
That's great. Any future trips planned to Yellowstone? Any idea?
As soon as we can safely, we are planning. We've done signings at Old Faithful Inn and several bookstores in the area when Bring Jade Home came out first. So we're hoping to do the same thing with the children's book as soon as it's safe.
All right. So there's Bring Jade Home, which was the original book that you released.
Right.
And there's the children's book. And are they both available for sale right now?
The children's book is available for pre-order on Amazon, and the release date is August 4th. And Bring Jade Home is available both on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and over 100 outlets around Yellowstone National Park, including inside the park. And we also have an audio version available online through Audible.
Sounds good, everybody. Well, thank you very much, Michelle Caffrey. She's the author. We'll put some links down below for those of you interested in checking out the book that you can click on and visit the bookstore. And great summer reading book to consider right now, especially as so many people are visiting Yellowstone National Park now that the park is back open.
Right. Thank you so much.